Hi everybody, Dr. Lennon Denny, Bulletproof Babes. Today's segment is I'm going to show you how to check out people before they come into your lives. Do not let bad people into your lives because you won't know that they're a bad person. They'll be very charming up front. Now I teach a whole seminar on the techniques of manipulation, but this segment I'm going to teach you how to do one thing. Now let me tell you what brings this up. About 10 days ago was Mother's Day, and I hope you had a better call with your mom than I had with mine because my mom was very distraught. She had just found out that one of her friends from where she used to live had been murdered. And this woman was 82 years old, and my mom's around the same age. And you just really don't expect that when you're that age and it's somebody from the suburbs. So this is how it played out. This woman had hired a handyman to do some work for her, and the handyman became very friendly with her, and he stored some tools at her house and started developing this friendship with her. And I don't know how the police know this, but she had him over for dinner, and he murdered her in a very gruesome way, and then did a shallow grave, buried her, and then built like a little tool shed over. So when the police were investigating, because she disappeared off the face of the earth, they had cadaver dogs, and the cadaver dogs sniffed it out right away. Man, so let me tell you the one thing you can do before somebody let somebody into your life. Google them. Okay, you can find out a lot about people just by Googling them. And there's a lot of paid services out there that will really do a deep dive on them. And they always want you to sign up for like a monthly service, but you can do a trial service for like $2 if it's just one person, and they will really do a deep dive. I had a legal issue with somebody a few years ago that I had to sue. She owed us a lot of money, and it was amazing how much I could find out about her for $2. Literally, I just did the 24-hour trial period, and I found out where she had fled to, where she's working. I found out a ton of stuff about her. So what I'm saying, before you bring on some new best friend, check them out. This 82-year-old who was murdered, this guy who murdered her had an extensive criminal history of violence. And had she just taken the time to Google him, she could have seen that he had this really long criminal record. And also, just be a good person. If you know any seniors in your life, friends or family, they're very vulnerable if they're alone, right? They're lonely. And we've seen it ourselves. We had a friend who had hired a contractor to work on his house. He was an elderly gentleman. And before you know it, that contractor was living in the house. Our friend took out a reverse mortgage, and the whole thing was just bad, and we couldn't do anything about it. And because once that senior has that friend, like, they're going to defend that. All of a sudden, they're not lonely anymore. It's very hard to extract that person out of their lives once that they've formed that little friendship, which is really all fake anyway, because that person's just looking to exploit them. So before you take on a new BFF, check them out online and make sure that they don't have extensive criminal histories, and they say who they are is actually who they are. I hope that helps. I'll see you soon.